Hi guys, I promised to do a recording on immunity, so here it is. This is Stella Kimani, clinical nutritionist. So let's start with the basics. The immune system is the body's disease fighting organ or system. It's more of a system, not an organ. So in order for the immune system to work as well as it should, or to work optimally, it normally is supported by nutrition or nutrients. So there are some key nutrients that do help the immune system to work as it should. I'll just list all of them, and then I'll talk about one in this recording, and then in another recording we'll talk about another one. So we have zinc. Zinc is a mineral. We have selenium, we have iron, we have copper. So the four of them, zinc, selenium, and iron, are minerals, okay? And if you remember earlier on, or if you've been to the Stalafia YouTube channel, minerals are classified as micronutrients. So under micronutrients, we have vitamins and minerals, and we have another classification called phytochemicals, but we won't talk about that today. So vitamins and minerals are the ones that support the immune system to work as well as it should, but today we are discussing the key ones. So just to repeat that, the key minerals that support the immune system, we have zinc, we have selenium, we have iron, and we have copper. So for the vitamins that support the immune system, we have vitamin A, we have vitamin C, we have vitamin E, we have vitamin B6, and we have folic acid. So I know a lot of people know folic acid probably because it is mandatory in Kenya for all pregnant women to take IFAS. So IFAS means iron and folic acid supplements. And both iron and folic acid are very important for the immune function. So let's first talk about the first key nutrient that supports immune function. And all micronutrients or macronutrients, but mainly micronutrients that support immune function, are called immune or immunomodulants. Okay, that means that they do modulate the immune system, or they help the immune system to work as it should. So in terms of zinc, we have some foods that are very good sources of zinc. One of them is seeds. I know in Kenya we are not so used to taking seeds, but I mean, those are some of the best sources of zinc. So for seeds, we have hemp seeds, we have pumpkin seeds, we have squash seeds. Squash looks like pumpkin, but it's smaller. It's in the pumpkin family, but it's smaller than pumpkin. It looks like a gourd. Do you say gourd? Gourd? That one. Gourd. But it's tiny. Okay, that's squash, or rather you can just Google it. And then we have sesame seeds. I know sesame seeds in Kenya, mostly we call them simsim. Okay, so those are seeds. And then we have legumes. Right now, legumes do contain a significantly high amount of zinc, but they have something called phytates. Okay, now phytate is a chemical that is found in legumes that normally prevent absorption or bioavailability of zinc when it gets to the body. But that can be reduced by soaking, so, or fermenting. So for guys who ferment their legumes before they cook, or soak them. By the way, legumes is stuff like beans, lentils, peas, all right? All those are legumes. So you can actually soak them overnight, and that will reduce the amount of phytates in them, and that would enhance the bioavailability of zinc. Okay, bioavailability just means when you take a food, how much of it is available in your system. And then we have nuts. Okay, they're also a very good source of zinc, and we have different types of nuts. So you just go for the nuts that are more available to you. So we have pine nuts, we have peanuts. I think those would probably be the most available and affordable in Kenya. We have cashew nuts, and almonds. All right. Another classification of foods that's a very good source of zinc is dairy and dairy products. Um, Now, dairy and dairy products, apart from zinc, are also a very good source of protein, calcium, and vitamin D. Okay, so for dairy products, I mean, anything from milk to cheese, yogurt, all those dairy products are a very good source of zinc. And then we have eggs. Okay, mayai, eggs. So eggs are not only a good source of zinc, but also a very good source of protein, fats, choline. Choline is a substance that we hardly take in the diet. By the way, maybe I should talk about them in another recording. But they're very important. But choline is very important in the human body, and it is essential, meaning you're supposed to take it in food. And then we have selenium as well. So I know eggs have been demonized for years, and honestly, a lot of that stuff about bad stuff about eggs has been debunked by research of late. Yeah, so feel free to eat your eggs. Of course, you cannot eat like what 3 4 eggs per day. You cannot do that. Remember, too much of even what is good could be bad for you. So just an egg per day would work. And then we have meat. So for those, I know this will come up. For those who think eggs are a high source of cholesterol, actually they're not. Okay, and they're also not high in calories as well for people who are trying to lose weight. So one egg will only give you about 75 kilocalories. Yeah. And in terms of cholesterol, our body internally, the liver makes cholesterol on a daily basis. So if you provide cholesterol from good or healthy sources in the diet, then that minimizes the amount of cholesterol that the liver is going to make on a daily basis. But remember that even fats are supposed to be taken in the diet. The reason why they become destructive is because there are people who do not control intake, so we need to exercise moderation. That's why I'm saying even if eggs are healthy, you cannot take 3 or 4 eggs per day. Yeah, that is still going to cause health issues. Now, for people who already have hyperlipidemia, hypercholesterolemia, those two words just means elevated cholesterol lipid levels in the body. You would then have to talk to a nutritionist just to analyze the entire diet and see what needs to be reduced where. Okay, but even for persons with heart disease, with cholesterol, what we try to do is to balance the good and the bad. All right. So if you're taking eggs, then 1 gram of omega-3, which will increase the good cholesterol, the good fats, I should say, in the body, which we call HDL. Then that helps to control that situation. But eggs are good for you, just take in moderation. The other good source of zinc is sorry about that noise. The other good source of zinc is meat. Yeah, again, meat, you need to take lean meat. Okay, make sure you're not taking high fat meat. Then we have whole grains. Whole grains is stuff like whole wheat, rice, oats. Those are also very good sources of zinc. Now, the only challenge with that, and those who eat quinoa as well, is a very good source of zinc. The only challenge with the zinc in the whole grains is the fact that just like in legumes, it has phytates. Okay, so you would want to then, because the phytates do bind and reduce the amount of zinc that is available. It's for absorption at cellular level. You would then have to diversify or have other sources of zinc in your diet, or like implement some of the methods I said earlier, like for legumes, that would help in reducing the amount of phytates, like heating. You can soak the grains, you can ferment them. Yeah, like for instance, if you're taking porridge, like using the whole grains for porridge, you can use their fermented versions. Those will have a lower amount of phytates. Then we have dark chocolate. Okay, I know the ladies, most of us do like chocolate. Just go for a variety that's not very high in sugar, because sugar does tend to reduce or to it doesn't increase inflammation. So for somebody who already has coronavirus, I would not advise you to go for dark chocolate as a source of zinc. Yeah. You can take a little bit of it if no, don't actually, because again, if you're dealing with a respiratory problem, the high mucus production, a lot of people have hoarse voices, throat irritation. The last thing you want in that situation is to be taking sugar. So dark chocolate may work for people who do not have corona, but if you already have corona or COVID-19, then dark chocolate is not a good source of zinc for you, but generally it is a good source of zinc. And then the last one would be for people who like seafood. If you're listening to me and you like seafood, then any shellfish, yeah, shellfish, that means fish that has shell. um, those are good sources of zinc. So examples of shellfish is oysters, crabs, mussels, and shrimp. Okay. um so yeah, I know a lot of people, probably for the men, know zinc because it's zinc is good in spermatogenesis. That means that it helps in sperm production, regulating reproductive health. For young children, zinc helps in development. But in this case, this recording is mainly dealing with COVID-19. Zinc will really help in boosting the immune function. And when the body's immunity is strong enough, we have a higher chance of being able to fight disease and, first of all, preventing disease. Yeah, there are many people who have probably come across or into contact with the coronavirus, in one way or the other. They've been exposed, but it did not manifest as disease, or it did not develop into a full-blown disease. And the reason for that is the work of the immune system. Ideally, when the immune system is well nourished and is working well, you could be exposed to a lot of pathogens like viruses, bacteria, etc., but they will not develop into disease. All right. But as long as the immune system is not strong, even a common flu is going to be a problem for that system. All right. That is why we need to understand how nutrition helps to modulate the immune system. And we are not just saying that you will pop in some, you have corona or you don't have corona, and you'll just pop in some foods and voila, you can expose yourself as much as you want. No. We're just saying, first of all, the first rule of disease prevention is prevention, basically. Like, literally, keep off. All right. If you can stay indoors, like the government has advised, well and good. Now, if for some reason you become exposed to it, nutrition is going to be very important in managing and helping the person recuperate a lot faster than the body normally would, and also to help the person not succumb to the disease. Okay. For persons who do not have it, prevention is better than cure, and it's cheaper than cure. So you would rather right now be working on your immune system. And I know most of us are at home, we are eating all sorts of things. Even if you want to indulge a bit, make sure 3/4 of the time you're eating what your body needs in order to support its own function and the immune system. Because there's nothing worse than disease in a malnourished body. That's just the simplest equation towards the grave. Okay, the human body is 100% nutrition, and the day we understand that, we'll have sorted most of our issues. So I'll end this recording here so that it doesn't become too long. In the next recording, I'm going to be dealing with selenium. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And I know some of this might be things you're aware of, but maybe in terms of how it does its immunomodulating, or how it controls the immune system, may not have come out very strongly. If you want more information, please go online. There's so many research studies that could help you understand, especially for the health professionals. Yeah, go online. We have good websites out there that hold some really high amounts of research that you can look into and see how you can help, or we can help our patients, our clients, our fellow Kenyans get better and not, succumb to COVID-19. So to my fellow health professionals, if you listen to this, please make sure that you understand to what extent the disease has complicated or otherwise, in order to understand how best to feed the patient. Yeah, so if we have if you're at a level where breathing is a problem, we have probably hypercarbia and a couple of other complications, you may want to look into enteral parenteral nutrition. Okay, and I'll just leave that there because I know they understand what I mean by that. But for the general public, prevention and nutrition is our best bet at helping the body to be able to have a fighting chance in case we do get infected with coronavirus. Okay, so please stay safe, stay nourished, okay, stay healthy, work on your mental health, and stay positive. And I wish all of you guys optimal health. All right, until the next one. Bye for now. This is Stella Kimani, the Executive Director of Stella Afya. For more nutrition information, go to our YouTube channel, Stella Afya. That is STELLAR, then Afya for Health, AFYA. All right, bye for now.